Hello, how are you today? I'm very good, very good. Today we're going to do a Q&A. About 2 weeks ago, put a comment out there and I said, if any of you guys want to shoot some questions off to me, I'll do my best to answer some of them. I haven't done a Q&A for about 2 years, I think, pretty much when I first started the channel. So I thought I might do one today, and so let's get into it. Okay, so William Conrad says, do you ever think about moving back to Australia, or are you set on living in Thailand for the majority of your lifetime? William, that's a pretty good question actually. I honestly do believe I'll be living in Thailand for the rest of my life. I have no plans whatsoever to move back to Australia. Don't get me wrong, Australia is a beautiful country. I have many friends there, many family, but it's just so bloody hard to get ahead. 20 years ago, Australia used to be called the lucky country. It's not anymore, I can assure you that. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Thailand's perfect, but from my point of view, it's a hell of a lot better than Australia at the moment. But in saying that, I think the quality of life is a lot better in Australia, like the infrastructure, the cleanliness of the joint, the air, the beaches. You know, that's a hell of a lot better than Thailand. But I like the Wild West. This is what I love about Thailand. It's like the Wild West. Like for an example, the other day, like I got pulled over a motorbike and they went, "Oh, Johnny, oh, don't worry about your license, off you go." Because I knew the police officer there. But there's no way in Australia a cop would pull you over and say, "Oh, Johnny, don't worry about it, look, just go, mate." Yeah. So to answer your question, William, yes, I will be staying in Thailand for the majority of my lifetime. Okay, so this is a question from GH. A bit about your backstory to your life in Australia before you moved would be cool. Also, what made you move, etc. Okay, GH. So GH, I was born in New Zealand. My father was the youngest publican at that time to own a hotel. I think he was about 38. 3 months after I was born, he was tragically killed at the hotel through a tragic accident. Unfortunately, so I never really had a father. So about 6 months later, my mother, with her 3 other daughters, packed up, moved to the Gold Coast in Australia. So I pretty much moved to Australia when I was 1. So I went straight into the workforce after living in high school in year 10. I worked for 2 high fashion labels and a high management job until I was about 21. From there, I started my own boat detail and fiberglass repair business with the Antifoul, dealing with super yachts, mainly Sunseekers, Princess Yachts, Rivieras. I did do the smaller boats, but I was pretty much concentrating on the bigger ones. 7 years later, I sold that business and I moved to Thailand when I was 32. Okay, so what made me move to Thailand? That's a pretty good question. Okay, so just the rules and regulations in Australia is out of control. The taxes are extraordinarily high. I didn't have any family. I wasn't married. I didn't have any kids. I was single. I just sold a business for a shitload of money. I had a good property portfolio that I've still got. It keeps me living over here, which I don't have to work. You know, I could have stayed on and worked my guts out until I was 50, but what for? I can't see the point of working till 50 or 60 years of age and dying in 10 years after. What kind of life is that? You know, I'm in a very lucky situation. You know, I don't have to worry about finances because I was quite smart investing. But if you're in a position where you don't have to worry about finances, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just pack up and move and start a new life in another country? Okay, so Stephen White, are we still moving to Bangkok? Stephen, the answer is no, not at this stage. I have signed another 1-year lease on this house. The only reason being was titles in pretty much, I think it's like primary school, end of primary school. This is his last year at the same school. So after this year, he goes to another school, which is a higher grade. We didn't think it was even going to be worth it. He'd have to change schools halfway through the year. But we will be moving there. I think I will be moving there early next year when Tyler finishes school. I do want to get to Bangkok, by all means. But at the moment, it just wasn't the right time. I think that week that I did mention that I was moving to Bangkok, I had like a bit of a brain explosion. Another reason being why I didn't want to move to Bangkok so soon is because I've got many friends in Bangkok and we do like to party. I just can't trust myself at the moment. I was worried that I might go off the rails again. That's the reason why I did move to from Bangkok in the first place. So I think another 6 months here in Hua Hin, I get my shit together and move to Bangkok for the right reasons. So we will be moving to Bangkok next year, I'm sure. But at the moment, it'll be staying here for about another 6 to 8 months. Okay, Mr. Barry Coast has asked me, what is the least favourite thing about Thailand? I'd say the roads, I'd say the traffic, I'd say people driving here. Thais are mad. They are really, really crazy. So yeah, definitely the roads and the driving in Thailand. I don't know where Thai people get their licenses from. Maybe out of a Kellogg's cornflakes box or something. 80% of them can't drive. I don't know why. I just don't think they've had the right training from when they first applied for their license. I think it's very easy for them to get the license here. I think it's too bloody easy for them to get the license here. There's just no regard for anyone else on the road. They just worry about themselves the whole time. So yeah, so definitely the roads and the driving here. But, you know, nowhere's perfect, so that's pretty much about it. Okay, so Rizzo Bizzo has asked me, what are my goals in life? My goal is to have a happy and successful and stress-free life for the next 30 to 40 years. I can't see myself living past 70. But it'd be good if I did. But I've reached a stage now where I'm enjoying life. I'm lucky enough where I don't have to work. I'm retired. So yeah, to be happy and healthy. Okay, yeah, so giving up smoking is definitely something I'll be addressing this year. Absolutely. I know I've been saying that for a long time, but it's just pretty bloody hard when I've been smoking since I was 16. I don't really smoke that much. So that's pretty much my goals in life. I'm already successful in business, financially secure, to be happy and healthy, stress-free, and to enjoy every bloody day that you wake up. Because I could be dead tomorrow. What's the point of being negative? In previous videos, you have said roughly how much you pay monthly in rent. How come you haven't purchased a decent sized condo to live in rather than to rent somewhere? Okay, so my property in Australia is giving me a much bloody bigger return than it would if I purchased here in Thailand. I'm not married in Thailand. If Sam and I got married and we had a family together, by all means, I would buy a house. I'd buy a house and put the whole thing in her name. But we aren't married yet. So I might look at buying a condo in Bangkok. I think that's going to be the best investment. Because Bangkok's the financial hub of Thailand, I don't think you could go wrong. But I'm going to want a condo with 3 bedrooms that can take a dog, because Sebastian's obviously still with me for the next 10 years, I'd imagine. So I'm going to need a yard. So I'm going to need a pretty bloody decent sized condo. And I'm going to want in a Sukhumvit area. I could be looking at anywhere between, I don't know, 10, 15 to 20 million for a decent one. And I'm paying 26,000 baht a month rent. It's chicken feed. It's nothing. And I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about maintenance. You saw last week, the grass went down. The owner paid for that. I've had to get security screens on here. The owner's paid for that. They're on now. It's low maintenance, no maintenance whatsoever. So I can rent a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, pretty much 5 minutes from the guts of Hua Hin, for 26,000 a month. Maybe in 12 years' time when Sebastian's dead. But having a dog, that really does limit your options of where you can move to. He's going to want a yard. I don't see many condos with a yard. And most condos in Bangkok, they don't allow pets. So Sebastian really has screwed me actually for the next 12 years. So I hope that answered your question. But who knows what's going to happen down the track. Okay, so Mossy asks, Johnny, will you ever marry your beautiful girlfriend? And do you want to have kids, mate? If it happens, it happens. I've already got 2. I've already got Title. Well, he's kind of like my stepson, but I got Sebastian. Next year when we go to Bangkok, I'm hoping that Sam and I can go travelling a fair bit, because Title will be able to go spend time with his grandma. I'll get a babysitter for Sebastian, and we can just jump in the Escort, drive around Thailand, go exploring, fly to other countries, go to see America. I'd like to go to America next year. I'd like to go to Europe. I'd like to go many places next year, actually. It will be happening. Okay, so I don't really want to be doing that with a 3-month-old baby. So at this point of stage, no, I don't think a baby's on the cards. But I am getting older. I'm 41 now. So I am, my body clock's ticking away. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't really care. So Peter T asks, would be interested in how you support yourself living there. Okay, so Peter, I have discussed this a few times, but I will make it clear one more time. I do own property in Australia. I have a number of properties. I'm not going to go into how many. It could be 2, it could be 10. Anyone's advice, if they want to come to move to Thailand, get in a property. There's nothing better than owning a good bloody piece of dirt. But, like anything, it's not 100% certain. But I just got in the right time, so I was very lucky. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. Hope you enjoyed that. I don't really like Q&As for a reason, Anyway, you got to do these things, I guess. So I hope you're well, and we'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.